How do you keep the kids entertained when the summer holidays are so miserable?
How do we keep the adults entertained?
True.
It's terrible, isn't it? Yeah, our reporter Francis Reid is at the National Trust Petworth Park in Sussex this morning, where they have some really good ideas. Come on,
got
help
sunshine.
us. Yeah, you have got sunshine. Gorgeous.
I have got sunshine. It's amazing, isn't it? Look at this absolutely beautiful view. I'm quite lucky at the moment, aren't I, with the sunshine? But I don't think that's necessarily going to last if we listen to Carol. But look, come over here. I've got someone to show you. Come quick. Head up the steps. And look who it is. We've got Elma, haven't we? And he's going to be keeping the kids entertained and the parents sane, more to the point. That's the big thing, isn't it? But in the meantime, let's have a quick look at what you've all been doing to keep yourselves entertained during the wet weather in a cost of living crisis. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. In the UK, it's, well, everywhere.
Enjoy the ride. Yeah, let's go.
In Christchurch, there's not many people out enjoying the fun of the fair. A soggy start to the school holidays for operators like Si. He's seen it all before.
Seems like it doesn't matter how bad it's going to get, we're not going to change, you know, it's just what we do. My boys, they sit in there with me now daily, you know, and they'll be the 7th generation, I'm sure, you know, that's how it goes, it's in our veins.
On the east coast of England, a brief respite from the rain this weekend. Chatting about the weather is always a favourite pastime. Plenty to chew over this summer.
The first 2 weeks, the weather wasn't very good at all, and we was waiting for it to kick off, and it just didn't until this weekend, and this weekend's been really good, actually.
And who can forget this, when rain stopped play at Old Trafford, and with it, England's chances of winning the 4th Test and the Ashes series. Wet weather is a pain for families too, when you don't want to be stuck in with the kids. And when it's grey and drizzly, we still need to find something to do. And so, for some, they're heading indoors. The Science Museum in London is one of many welcome and dry activities.
So the Science Museum is a really great place to come in a cost of living crisis because it's completely free. So we've got 3 floors absolutely jam-packed full of stuff. You can just come here with your family, with your friends, have a really nice time, hopefully learn a little something.
It gets up to 15,000 visitors a day at the moment.
You know, for us, this is not a lot of rain because it's just a little drizzle, so we are fine with it. But it's always nice to get out of the wet weather and come into something dry and warm.
Yes. So it's like a nice thing to do that's free, and it's not, and it's like you actually get something out of it. Like you see something. It's not like just hanging out in a park.
Free entry. Also, it's undercover. It's interesting for the kids. You've been learning as we've been going around.
This is just one of many free museums across the country because, frankly, outside it's less dry. And failing that, there's always an ice cream van nearby in August. It's never too cold, wet or rainy for that. And that was earlier in London, but now you join me at Petworth House in West Sussex with Elma, of course. And let's go over now to tell us why Elma is here to Sue Rhodes, the Visitor Experience Manager at Petworth House. Morning, Sue.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. How did Elma and friends get here and what can people experience?
So Elma and his pals are here because actually we are having the Elma's Art Parade as part of our colour programme this summer. So families can come along and find Elma and 9 of his friends who are all inspired by world-class artists through the gardens on their art parade.
And what is Petworth House and what is here to do at Petworth as well?
So Petworth House and Park is this extraordinary house here in West Sussex, which is packed full of the most incredible art collection in the house. And then we have a 700-acre deer park where there are deer and ducks and lots of wildlife. And the gardens here as well, where there are lots of trees to climb and kind of meadows to run through. So it's one of those places where you can just roam free and just have a great time.
And just loads of family activities as well. That's the point, isn't it? Stuff for the kids. What's on for them?
Stuff for the kids, absolutely. We've got our summer of play. So as well as being able to just play in the gardens, we've got all of our space hoppers. We've got Elma noughts and crosses. We've got Elma crafts, so there's loads of stuff for people to do all through the summer here at Petworth.
That's absolutely wonderful and an absolute lifesaver. And of course, we know this is the real Elma, don't we? Because when it rains, his patchwork doesn't wash off. And so we know this is the real life Elma, this is the real deal.
I love that, Francis. Thank you very much indeed. There's plenty to do.
Loads to do. There's some ideas. But if you've been having a soggy summer break, we'd like to see some photos this morning.